All right. Welcome back to the Roast It Yourself podcast, brought to you by Coffee Bean Corral and Current Crop Roasting Shop. I'm Stephen Burnett with Coffee Bean Corral in Jackson, Mississippi. And with me today is Catherine Mansell. With me every day, every time. Catherine Mansell,
Yes.
certified Q grader and director of Current Crop Roasting Shop in New Orleans, Louisiana. How are you today, Catherine?
I'm good in the air conditioning.
Yeah.
It's 105 heat index down here. How are you?
So you're good on this side of the door. You walk
Right.
outside, not good.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
good anymore.
It's like you're
Okay,
swimming.
Additional. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, we don't have it. We have it a little better, but not much better here. So we just kind of hunker down
Yeah.
and try and beat the heat.
Yeah.
But anyway, each week we set aside 10 minutes to field questions from home coffee roasters and professionals alike about roasting, tasting, and most importantly, enjoying coffee. You can send your questions to have them answered by us to questions@riypod.com. That's questions@riypod.com. You'll get a nice shout out from us and an upcoming episode. And of course, you'll get your question answered. Now, we declare every single episode that we're here to answer questions about roasting, tasting, and most importantly, enjoying coffee. And this week's question falls beautifully into that latter category about enjoying coffee. So kicking us off is our listener, Walker, who writes, "Why doesn't anybody mention coffee is not just for drinking? It can be used in all kinds of recipes,
Yeah.
from desserts to main courses. Almost anything can be made better by adding coffee." I love that last line. It's a
Yeah.
good tagline.
Yeah.
What are we doing, Catherine? We're making everything better by
Anything
talking
better.
about coffee.
Yeah.
Anything and everything better. So yeah, so Catherine, is he right? Can anything be made better by talking by coffee?
I think so. Walker, you're in luck. I've actually thought about this question a lot. I do a lot of baking and spoke to a lot of people last year about coffee extracts. So you can use it for sweets like cupcakes or frosting. You can do savory things like adding it to a dry rub on your ribs. There are lots of different ways that you can use it. One way that we do in New Orleans is Savannah, who runs our social media, does a coffee cocktail creation class. So they go through 3 different cocktails that change every week, and she adds certain brew methods to bring out specific tasting notes that match up really well with the drinks that they're creating. She has a mixologist in town from New Orleans named Craig Seaman that go through and talk about how to change up what you are drinking and how to drink things better, and adding that with coffee. So I agree, coffee makes lots of things better, food, drinks, what have you. The sky's the limit on figuring out what you can use to bring that coffee taste into whatever you're enjoying.
Yeah. And it's not just like the roasted coffee either. Like people have found really creative uses for the fruit of the coffee plant
Oh,
that the
yeah.
coffee seed comes from.
Yeah.
In fact, at Current Crop, I always steal one. Every single time I steal one when I'm down there. They've got these little plastic straws of honey produced by bees who I guess live and work and commute through coffee fields. And so it's got this cascara flavor, but it's actually honey. You could put it on like toast or anything, put it in tea. That's like a worlds colliding right there, right? Coffee and tea
Right,
together.
yeah.
And so there's stuff like that. There's, you can find, cascara flavorings and extracts and things like that. If you haven't tasted that, you should. First of all, go to Current Crop, get one of those honey things, and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it's a really interesting flavor as well, and that's just from the fruit.
Yeah, coffee
Not even
related. Yeah.
Yeah, not even the fun stuff.
Right.
And yeah, there's so many things. And then the creative uses outside of even consuming and outside of food, the creative uses people have in coffee is, I think, one of the coolest things about our end of the industry right here, right? Like we're in the home and small batch like category.
Yeah.
And so people will email us and send us pictures of like they took, we use the jute sacks, the burlap sacks to stuff packages,
Yeah.
reduce waste, right?
Yeah.
People make those into like bags and purses
Yeah.
and clothing articles and all kinds of
Yeah.
crazy and fun things.
A few years ago, Coffee Bean Corral exhibited at the Cincinnati Coffee Festival, and there was a booth adjacent to us, and everything they had in the booth was made from the burlap sacks. And it was probably the most popular booth there, but it was wallets and shoes and bags and pillowcases and all sorts of things. Over the past few years, people would call me and talk about coffee, talk about roasting, and they'd say, I'm not going to buy one of your roasters yet because I've made my own. And then you'd see all of these setups of things I never would have thought of for people just coming up with ways to be creative and make the coffee the way they want.
Yeah, we're an independent bunch, aren't we? Like, coffee roasters are like, no, you're not roasting coffee for me. In fact, you're not doing anything for me. I'm going to do it all myself. And the contraptions, I love it because it would be bragging in any other group of people. But when someone calls me and says, "Yeah, I made my own roaster out of an old oil drum and a motor from my old dirt bike," I'm like, please show me that. And so I'm just going to use this opportunity to put out the bat signal. Please send us your wacky coffee roasting, brewing, creations, concoctions, your Frankenstein roasters. We need to get a collage together of all the functional creativity that people have come up with
I agree.
in and around coffee. I think that would be super fun.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. Well, Walker, thank you so much for this question. It's a really good one, a unique one.
Yeah.
And one that I think just enjoy talking about. Like, forget the usefulness necessarily. I'm just having fun talking about this thing.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So now, one thing I want to talk about before we duck out here. Today is July. Well, as we're recording, the future will be different, but today is July 31st. And I found out today that John Puckett, the owner of Coffee Bean Corral and Current Crop Roasting Shop, this is his 7th anniversary from taking the business, from owning the business. Like 7 years he's been doing this.
Yeah.
And we've come so incredibly far. And one thing I want you guys to look forward to, I'm kind of going to throw a little hint out here for our Roast It Yourself podcast friends. We're going to interview John. We're going to bring him on and do a bit of a longer form episode, kind of talking about what Coffee Bean Corral, Rancher, Current Crop, what the vision is, where we've come from, where we're going, the Cotton Eye Joe questions, right?
Yeah.
We're going to bring him on and you'll get to hear from him. If you haven't got to talk to him on the phone, if you haven't got to email with him, you're going to get to know the guy behind all of this.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty excited about that personally.
Yeah.
So that will be coming soon. Catherine, anything cool going on? Anything interesting at Current Crop coming up here in the next couple of months?
I've actually been tasting a few new coffees that may be on the docket in the next couple of months. We'll see.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, wait. Okay, give me any. Is it weird processes? Is this this is micro lot stuff? I can just tell by the way you're
It's not. It's not. It's a new coffee for both places. Maybe
so
a couple.
I might benefit.
Maybe a couple. They were really good. They scored really well too. So we'll see.
Okay.
2 other things. Savannah has created a beginner brew method class that'll be coming in the next couple of weeks, and I've created a coffee sensory class with my aroma kit. That's also coming in August too. So 2 brand new classes coming in August. It's going to be a lot of fun. Check it out.
Wow. Wow. If you want to learn about coffee, there's not a better place to do that in person, hands-on than Current Crop Roasting Shop in New Orleans, Louisiana. You should all go. But Catherine, I feel like we've been thorough. I feel like we've been pretty thorough with all of this. Is it possible we missed something?
On this one? Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. In fact, we certainly did. So, if we missed something, if you have an idea in your head and it's itching to come out, and you're like, you guys, I can't believe you forgot my favorite coffee-related concoction that I have every Wednesday.
Right.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments. Share it with the world. Let other people that listen to this episode send us links to recipes. Send us pictures of stuff. Put that stuff in the comments on YouTube. Get us links. Tell us where we were wrong. Tell us where we were right. We're just really enjoying making these things, and we hope
Yeah.
you're enjoying it too. So give us that feedback. And of course, if you like the episode, please like it with the little button thingy on all of your devices. Subscribe to us so you don't miss any more. We drop these every Friday. And then, of course, send your questions to questions@riypod.com, and we'll get around to those questions. We'll answer them. We've got a ton of them come in. We can't answer them all, but we really enjoy them. And if the more interesting, the more unique, the more likely they are to kind of get our attention and make us dive in. So,
Right.
as Walker's question today illustrates.
Yeah.
But with that said, we hope you guys all have a wonderful day and happy roasting.
Thanks, Walker. Happy roasting.